All right. I think we are live, so let me share the story. Okay. So I think we are ready. I'm a little late, but and this is a new series, so it got me a couple tries to get everything working. And I'm not gonna be streaming the game from my Mac, so it was a different setup. So it took me a while to get ready. In this stream, I'm gonna play Clair Obscur Expedition 33 completely blind. I don't know much about the game. I've heard that it's a great game, which is why I chose it. I've heard that the game is great, the art is great, the music is great. I haven't even seen the trailer, which is important normally, and you wouldn't buy a game that easily without seeing the trailer even. But I did that, so I'm gonna go in completely blind. I don't know. I think it's a turn-based game. I might be making that up because I don't know for sure. I just heard it somewhere, and I'm taking that as data because I can't say I didn't even know that it was a turn-based game because I've heard it somewhere before. So we are gonna be experiencing the onboarding together. I don't know what I'm gonna see, if the character creation screen is gonna take us a long time or we are just gonna pick a character and play. I don't even know that. So I can't anticipate how long each thing that I want to experience is gonna take. So it might be a slow burn today. We don't know. But I'm pretty sure that it's gonna take me a long time to explain each thing because I'm gonna be experiencing it for the first time. I have been listening to the music since I have started my PlayStation and on the game cover screen right now, so it started playing. I had to do that to get ready, so I've been listening to the music for the past 5 minutes or so. So that's the only thing I know aside from the cover image. I haven't seen a video. I haven't seen many screenshots of the game, so I don't know anything. We can say. I'm going to talk about how you can apply these strategies that the designers have used in the game in your business or in life, maybe even in life, but in business in general, because these tactics we use in design, we can use them in physical things, in games, in business. They're all the same at the core. So I'm going to try to explain the parallels that we can draw from games and businesses and web applications, mobile applications, etc. Hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna try to play the game as much as I can, but today I think I'm gonna be speaking more than I play the game. That's the assumption that I have for today. I'm gonna try to pause the game less so we have a more immersive experience. I'm gonna do my best, but no promises. So let's get to the game screen. Let's see. So this is gonna be the first time I press play game. So we are gonna see some things that I'm not gonna be passing because I'm gonna be experiencing it for the first time. So I wanna know it. And well, I guess it's time to start. I don't have anything else in mind. Let's see if we are ready. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's check the chat. All right. I'm gonna press play. I'm gonna be turning sideways. But before that, I want to talk about our sponsor for today, which is water. Drink it, enjoy it. Now we can play. All right. All right. Sandfall Interactive. Kepler. Unreal Engine, sure. Autosave. Nice. Okay. So this is important because it's gonna be telling us that it is saving, so it's priming us to expect that when it will be saving, so we would know that it is saved when we see that. So it assures us that we are not gonna lose value after that icon disappears. It's gonna mean that the game is saved. And if they didn't tell us that, and we didn't know that's not a standard yet, that started happening a while ago, but it's still not standard for autosaves. So it's priming us to expect that in the game, so we would not ask, hey, what's that, while we are playing. So we know that autosave is going to be there for us, for our security, and it's not going to be really important. And when we see that, we shouldn't ask any questions because they're none needed. They already explained that. So it's about setting the expectations. We did not watch the trailer. It's also about setting up the expectations because we are actually buying the game after seeing the trailer. We might talk about that later, and we might even watch the trailer later, and I can talk about that. But trailer is basically where they try to convince us to buy. We are already past that. We are experiencing it, and I'm gonna press a button and start. Let's see. I always check the settings because I want to know how many things I can control in the game. Maybe I want to change some stuff. Usually I don't, but let's see. Text language, audio language, subtitles, size, medium, real. Okay, so we can see that, right? No. It would be great if there was a thumbnail on the right side after the size, where we would see the screen and how big the subtitles actually are when we change the screen. This would enable us to understand what medium is and what large is. Currently we don't know. Medium could be the size where we can see the change subtitle size text over there, but it might be something else, so we don't know yet. That was easily solvable, yet they did not care. That's surprising, to be honest. So a lot of options. That's good. So subtitles enable, disable display speaker name. We don't know the speakers. I might choose to disable this later on because after you get used to people. Let's see, game. I think the music is loud. I think that's the feedback I'm getting. Let's see. Let me try to turn it down a notch. Is it any better? It would be great if you can reply. So let's see. We might choose to disable the display speaker name option later on, because after you get used to the people inside the game, you already know them, you know the characters, you might not want to see the names since they occupy space in the game, and you want to see the game as much as possible instead of the names over there. Speaker personal color disable. I don't think that's needed. I don't know why it's an option. I can't imagine it. That's weird. I honestly wonder which colors they picked, if they're any good. So I wouldn't normally enable this, but I'm wondering what would happen in terms of visual cues. So I'm gonna check enable for now. So gameplay tutorials enable, because we are gonna be doing much of the tutorial today, and we are gonna be caring about the tutorial part mostly. Character customization in cutscenes. So allow the customization of characters to appear during in-game cinematics. Note, some cinematic shots may not look as intended, but it is fun. Huh. So we can customize our characters, and in cinematics they would look like that. So honestly, I don't get the note part. It says some cinematic shots may not look as intended. I guess we are gonna experience it as long as it's fun. Vibration, I would keep it. Sprint inputs. Choose whether to hold or toggle to sprint in the game. Yeah, I would prefer to hold. instead of toggle because it gives you more control. Aim input, hold, invert vertical. Nope. So I think it's better to keep these default usually if you are not sure of your preferences. Oh, Twitch is not working. That's really weird. It should be working, to be honest. Huh. This is the first stream, so I'm not sure why Twitch is not taking it. I should be streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but somehow it's not working. Sorry about that, but let's keep going. Graphics, quality. So graphics mode, quality, performance. I'm gonna go with quality. Not gonna change anything here. Motion, and these are enabled. Film grain, okay. So we are gonna be expecting good graphics as we have seen in the cover image. I believe that we are gonna get the same kind of taste during the videos as well, during the game as well. So let's see, sound, yep, accessibility. By the way, is the game still loud? I can turn it down another notch if it is needed, indeed. Let's try that. I'm gonna try to. How is it now? I just changed it. Please let me know if it's better or not. Automatic QTE. I don't know what this is. Toggle this option to enable automatic quick time events during combat. When enabled, QTE sequences during player attacks are automatically successful. This does not affect QTEs during enemy attacks, dodge and parry, for example. So is this cheating? I don't get it. Quick time events are automatically successful. So what I'm getting from this text, let's see. Thank you. So I guess the sound is better. Thanks for the feedback. Also, this QTE sounds like cheating to me. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting from the text. So I'm not gonna enable it, actually. Please let me know if you have played the game, whether this is cheating or not, because I'm wondering, but from the text I get that it is actually cheating. Controls, a little overwhelming, but to be expected. Free aim mode. So there is an auto aim, I'm guessing. For consoles, I guess it's needed. I'm not accustomed to playing FPS on consoles much. I try, but I'm not that good. So camp, open map, so we can go to camp, or we can camp, I don't know. I guess we can camp. Toggle character, so we are playing multiple characters then, I guess. Or when we press we flee, character flees. I don't get that, sorry. Left analog stick, I'm gonna try that, I don't get it. Toggle walk. Okay, so as long as we hold L1, I guess we are gonna be walking, otherwise we are running. That's what I'm guessing. Run, shoot, gradient attack. I have no idea how to use R2 in this case. So run and shoot are the same things. Weird. Maybe it's because we can't shoot during non-turn-based events, maybe. That's my first guess. Gradient attack, I have no idea what it could be. Strike, parry. Oh, I think the second one is during the defensive phase, maybe. Or maybe... Actually, it's easy when you just put... when you just put information about what yellow or golden color means in this case and what white means, it would be much easier for me to understand when they're applied, but maybe that's my guess that it is for turn-based attacks we are going to be seeing the gold options. For example, for toggle character on left analog stick, if we are in the turn-based combat, it's gonna be fleeing option, and normally we just toggle the character. And for pressing R analog, right analog, we recenter the camera normally if we are not playing turn-based, and if we are playing turn-based, skip turn. Okay, so if I was reading that, that would have been more obvious. Jump, melee attack, interact skills. Okay. It's gonna take me some time, so I apologize for that. But I think they could have shown it a little better in the controls, but usually you get to experience it, and if I wasn't looking at the settings, maybe they would explain it so much better during the tutorial phase that I wouldn't even care about this, or maybe even I shouldn't even care about this part. Let's see, let's start the new game. Okay, game difficulty. So we have some text on the right. Adjust the difficulty of the game. This can be changed anytime outside of battle. Story narrative experience with less demanding combat. Okay, expeditioner intended difficulty with challenging combat. I usually pick the intended one, and if I know the game type, I pick not the hardest, but one less. So in this case, I'm gonna pick the expeditioner because I'm gonna be talking a lot, so I'm not gonna be able to focus on the game fully. So expeditioner sounds good. Tutorials enable, yep, that's important. We have already checked these on the settings, so I'm not gonna touch anything, and I'm gonna pick apply. So we are gonna start the game because they wanna make sure that we wanna start the game and did not accidentally click it and wanna go back, because I think it's gonna take some time for the game to load. So it's always good to ensure that player intends to take the action that they said they wanted to take, especially at the start of the experience, because they are going to be experiencing your game or your app for the first time, so they might not be accustomed to how you do things. So in this case, they might not use the system all throughout the game, but at the start it always makes sense to ensure that they're doing the right thing for them. So we are going to start the game. Let's see the cinematic, I think. You can change the difficulty mode at any time. Okay, so it's loading fast, I assume. Good start. Okay, so I guess this is the world. We don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know whether you know or not. So there's beauty as well. Okay. So immediately the video pulls our focus on the number 34 and the left hand of the, I guess that's the player character. And that's a mechanical hand, I'm assuming. So it gives us a lot of information right out of the gate. I'm assuming that we will not be sure when the game starts. That's what I'm getting from the look of it. It's not fully cinematic, but in-game cinematic. So I guess we are gonna see a seamless transition.
Flowers. You should probably do it before they wither and die.
What, the flower or Sophie?
Ooh, dark. Sophie would approve.
Nice.
Hey, you said it, not me. The others are waiting for you. You're supposed to be helping with the festival.
With what? Putting up 3 tables? They'll manage.
You underestimate Lumiere's enthusiasm for the expedition. There's at least 5 tables.
Marvelous.
Have you tried throwing with your other arm instead? If you could hit the paintress directly, that would actually be useful.
You know, hobbies don't always have to be useful. I'm enjoying the uselessness of today and readying my usefulness for tomorrow. And soon, I'll get to do a lot more than throw rocks. know they gave their lives to lay the trail for us, right?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still got a flower to give, no?
Yes. Yes. Just... I'm not sure how to start. After 4 years apart, what do I say to her on the day of her gamage?
You're asking me. I don't know. Sun's about to set, so be direct. Hey, Soph, been a while. Could we...
Honestly, I didn't get what I was expecting because I was expecting a seamless transition. I did not get that, but still, not bad. I am checking one thing. I think there's a problem. So I'm gonna fix that hopefully. Okay, so what I was expecting is when we were seeing, let's see, I can't change the camera much, but when we were seeing this character from distance. Oh, okay. So a little louder then. I'm gonna try my best. I guess it's good that we had subtitles so you could actually read the dialogue at least. So let's try this. And what I was expecting is that when we were seeing these characters from above, that we would transition there. They could have used that, they didn't, but I think it would have been much better. But the narrative looks nice and they gave us a lot of information right out of the gate. So let's pick that flower. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna waste something that I can pick up in a game. That's not how I play games. So if I can loot, I'm gonna. I don't see why not. So this movement seem unnatural to be honest. The game is receiving such a praise that I was expecting something better, but I know they're a small studio, so I'm not gonna judge that harshly in terms of these small things, but honestly I was expecting much better.
All right, let's go. I'll accompany you.
All right, let's go.
Ready to see her
So
again?
we can jump.
Yeah. Been ready.
Okay, so can we climb? Can we jump out? Nope. That's good to know. Oh, run toggle. Okay, it's not toggle, it's hold, but... So whether L1 was walk, right? So whether I press that or not, it does not matter. So I feel like they wasted a button there. It's weird. It's a weird choice. Maybe I'm missing something, but it feels like it... Oh no, it's a toggle. Okay. So L1 is a toggle. So move toggle. It does not work on hold. It just toggles. But for running, it works on hold. Okay. So it has a meaning. Okay, good. So walk and slow walk is an option in the game. That's something. I'm trying to learn the buttons. Maybe I don't even need to. We are gonna discover that in a second. I'm just trying a couple things. I'm not gonna waste too much time here. But it's important to me whether I can kill myself accidentally or not in games like these. Because you usually don't want that from your players. Because this is a narrative-driven game. And you wanna have the narrative take over instead of player choices. I mean, limited choices, let's say. Since a player killing themselves does not move the narrative, they don't usually want that, and why would you want that? I wouldn't want that either, so it makes sense. Let's see what else is here. I mean, we can see that
I set up
I'm
these
assuming
grapple
that
shortcuts. Nice, huh?
I'm assuming that
Don't
they
tell
have
Mrs.
done
Stone,
some
I sort of
experiments and
borrowed
it went
the
wrong,
hooks from
but
the
that's
Expedition
just an
Academy.
assumption.
Wish I had them when I was working as a courier.
Okay, so we are gonna use the hooks. Where did she go? I guess to the left side, so I'm gonna go to the right side. No? Oh, this is the grapple. Okay, so let's use it. Can I? That's weird. It said use grapple when I was here. Now it doesn't say it. That's... I don't get it. Let's see if I can jump here. I can't. Let's browse this place as well. So she has gone using the hook. She went down, I guess. I'm assuming. But why can't we use the hook now to grapple? That's weird. So I'm assuming that the interaction button... So I'm stuck here. This is a glitch. This happens a lot in games like these. Even in big studios. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. But the weird thing is, I should be able to use this because it told me to use it when I was here the last time, but I can't do it now. It doesn't work. So I wonder if I'm assuming wrong and she's somewhere else and I'm supposed to do something else. So a little vibration while I'm here. Okay. So this was awesome. I'm gonna try to explain something. I did not know where she went, right? And she was around here. I assumed that she was here. I'm gonna show you something terrible and something great. So I was here. I think when I was here, she used the grapple. And the game gave me the option to click square and use grapple. But the problem was, I wasn't looking at where she was, and instead I was looking here. So I assumed, since the game showed me that I could use grapple here while I was here, I clicked the square button. Nothing happened, so I assumed I moved too quickly. So I walked around here, tried to find that button again in order to use this, because I assumed somehow this would grapple something when we lower it. And it was the intended use for grapple. It was not. So this was horrible. It should never happen, because when you limit what your player can do, it's a great thing sometimes. Let's say when I was here, the game created a cutscene where I would watch her grapple over there. Then I would know that she went there, and if I go there, I could grapple. Since I wasn't looking there, and I wasn't even here, I was here, and the game still showed me the option, it led me to believe that something else was the thing that I needed to do. So it created a horrible experience by not limiting me in this case. So limiting your player or user is exceptional in some cases and absolutely necessary. For example, this case. But they also did something awesome. When I was walking around, trying to see what the next action could be, I did not see this, by the way, when I was walking. I came here and the controller started vibrating. My first assumption when I started talking was, it's because it's a little windy here. But then I turned around and I saw this. So the game tells me that by vibrating, it's showing me the next action. So after this action, I know that when it vibrates, it's trying to tell me something. instead of making me experience the weather, it's actually trying to show me that the next action is actually near. So it's great, and also at the start of the game, it's important to set the scene. So they set the scene that they're gonna tell me when something is important, they are gonna be vibrating the controller. So I would know that I need to do something and I'm near to the place that I need to be doing that something. So in this case, I'm gonna grapple and jump. So it was one action. I think it was the interaction button that we saw on the settings screen. So we interacted with that grapple and grapple it. Can we jump here and glitch something? I'm assuming we are going to be able to glitch jumping and climbing in this game because I think there are going to be a lot of glitches. I'm not going to care about that much. Is there any interaction going on around here? Something we can pick up? Nope. So we are gonna try to move on. We are still at the tutorial phase, I'm assuming, and I think it's gonna take some time because we don't know what options we have.
Sophie will have already
So
demolished
she
by the
moves
time you've
fast
arrived.
and she tells us to move faster, which is helpful because I assume, this is an assumption, but I assume that they're gonna be telling us about these things later on. So moving slow here does not help the game at all. So we can move fast since the dialogue tells us to. That's an assumption, but that's usually the truth. The narrative actually helps you during the game as well.
Can't believe
How you
Sophie
play it,
already
etc.
turned 33. She looks so much younger than you.
Okay.
Thanks.
She's popular. I'm sure she already has a necklace full of flowers.
I can imagine.
All right. I'm starting to assume that we are gonna try to save Sophie somehow. I thought she was dead, but maybe I did not get it. But right now, I'm assuming that she's alive, but she might need help since she's not here. Okay, so if it's a long dialogue, we have to click next, and it assumes that we read it, so it doesn't pass, and we would have to slow down. But I assume with time, the next button, the X, wouldn't show because we are accustomed with how to go to the next section. But at the start of the game, it's important because we don't know which button does what. So we are going to click next.
You look tense.
Yeah, yeah.
So visually there are lots of glitches, and I'm gonna not comment about that a lot. If you wonder why, I heard that they're a small studio, so I guess that's okay.
I know what you need. A little jewel.
I'm not sure this is the best start because it doesn't look natural to me, but I don't know much about the world. But maybe in this world it's a normal dialogue that you move around and then sometimes you duel, and that's a daily thing for these people. That might be true, but usually in order to teach people some things, you have to tweak the narrative a little bit. I'm not sure this is the best way of doing that if it's not how the world works at all.
No.
Come on,
And we said
it'll
no.
loosen you up. You can't go and see Sophie all somber and tense.
Okay, we are gonna go see Sophie then. Maybe not rescue her.
And
That's weird.
if you win, I'll give you something you can use with your Lumina converter.
Okay.
All right, you're on.
Yes!
So, do you wish to go through the battle tutorial during your duel? Yes, because we don't know how it works. So, that's good though, because sometimes you install the game, you want to go through the tutorial, but you know similar games, so you assume you know how to duel. In this case, I'm not assuming, I'm trying to assume as less as possible, so I'm gonna try to see the tutorial, and I'm gonna be commenting on it as well. So, by the way, this is a terrible animation, and I'm gonna try to explain you why. So, you can see on the graphics that it's like it's painted with a brush, the background graphic on the text. So when you see something like that, it does not happen when you move something over it. Like it feels like it would be a paintbrush, so it wouldn't be that harsh when during the creation or during deletion. Maybe during deletion it can be harsh, but during creation it has to be delicate somehow. But when we move to no, you're gonna see that the only thing they did is move the whole visual to the left, and on the left I feel like there's a border, invisible border, that's cutting while they move it to the left, and it appears, as you can see, look at between the star symbol and the no text. You are gonna see that it appears out of nowhere instead of starting to appear from the left or move from the left. And so there's a cut right at the start. That's terrible. You wouldn't do that. It is just terrible in terms of graphic design, and I don't know how that passed the test. It's really bugging me. It's really bugging me. It could have been done so much prettier, but they destroyed it. So sorry for taking time, but never do this. Never, never. This is terrible for animation and for visuals. It's a terrible choice to do that, and you should never do that. If it started and it did not fully disappear at the start and moved to the right, it would have been better. You could move the whole thing to the right, that's okay, but why would the part of it disappear? There's nothing on the screen that would explain that, because this whole box is transparent. So it wouldn't go behind anything. We cannot explain why the left side of the graphic disappears when we move. There's no logical explanation, so you wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna click yes and start the battle. Oh, nice. Wow. So on the left side, we are seeing the turns that we are gonna get. Sometimes we would take, if we are fast in turn-based games, if you are fast or if you have a skill that you could use, you would take 2 turns when they take 1 turn, or vice versa, they can do the same as well. So the first thing that I can see is that, even though that's on the left, because we start reading from the left, so that's the first place I look at. This music, by the way, it's already awesome. This remix is awesome as well. I love it. At the top, we see the opponents, I think, yeah, Mael, their health bar, and we are gonna try to, well, not kill, but beat them. So we are gonna try to get that health bar lower, but I need to drink some water, so I'm gonna, yeah, thank my sponsor, water. Okay, let's see. So the next thing, I'm gonna focus on the main thing later, so I'm gonna focus on battle wheel, the text on the right. And on the bottom right it says discard. That's the last part. So battle wheel. During your turn, your character can attack, aim, use a skill, or use an item. Skills consume AP, I guess attack power, to use. You can gain AP by performing a base attack or parry. So here, the weird thing is, I feel like aiming costs an action, what I feel like. Maybe it doesn't, but during your turn, your character can either it feels like it's implied that I can either attack, aim, or use a skill, or use an item. Maybe we can aim and attack at the same turn, but this text doesn't tell me that. It actually tells me that I can either attack, aim, use a skill, or use an item. Or it tells me I can aim, attack, and use a skill, do all these three things, or use an item. Because I don't assume that we are going to be able to attack and use a skill, that's why I told you the first thing. But in terms of language, the second option seems more realistic. So, right analog button, if we click on it, it says skip turn. I guess there are times that we would skip turn as well. I don't know when it would be, but I guess there are times for doing that too. So, at the middle, I really liked HUD, HUD. It shows us that we can use items, we can use skill, we can attack, we can aim, and displayed beautifully on the screen. The art style is actually really good. I agree with that. Even though I commented on the animation, which was horrible, I stand by it. I don't know what that 4 means or that bar means, but I'm guessing that's our health bar or attack power bar. I'm not sure. We are gonna see it in a second. So let's discard and get back to the game. Also, by the way, on the right we can see a design. I think it's supposed to be a cloth. I'm not sure because it doesn't end naturally. I feel like it doesn't feel like it's a tear. There's transparency, etc. So I'm not sure what it constitutes. It looks good, but I feel like it could be better. On the health bar as well, we see some art, and on the left side on the turn-based combat as well. So let's discard and get back to the game. Oh, okay. So we discarded the first information. So it's gonna explain us everything. Timeline, characters play turn by turn. The turn order is indicated in the timeline on the left side. Okay, we talked about that. So you see that the right side, the cloth or some other texture, it came from the right, it just slided in. But during the battle, when we entered the battle, they used the blur option. They use slide animation, they use blur animation. I don't think it fits well. The slide looks a little clunky. I think they could have done much better with the slide. I think they could have used transparency for the right side to appear at the same time. It doesn't feel it's good enough for the right side appearance. So attack, try attacking to gain 1 AP. Okay. We are gonna attack and gain 1 AP. Right now, the first thing I tried is to move the camera around. I can't because I think that's for aiming. So we are not gonna be doing that while battling if we do not use aim. On the right side, there's a nice looking art and it says 0 and 10 deal more damage with overcharge. Charge Gustav's arm by dealing damage, dodging and parrying. Okay, so there's gonna be overcharge. That's good. We are gonna be able to use it when we deal damage, dodge and parry. So our health bar is on the bottom right, and I still think the blue one is our attack power, because what else it could be? I'm assuming that's our, and 4 I guess means that's just a counter, I believe. I don't know why they choose to display it like that, because the health bar this then 50 by 150, 0 by 10, but for the attack it shows 4. I don't see the I think there should be consistency in the design. I don't see it here. I think it should be there, but we don't know how it's used and what the intention was behind that. So it's gonna take me some time to determine whether it was actually right or wrong, but for now it looks wrong to me. So let's attack. I'm gonna press X So we are selecting target. So the bad thing when they do this is waste our time. I talk about this when it comes to opening a pack, for example in games, where the pack has only one card. If you have to open a pack just to get one card, it's a waste of time because I'm pressing 2 times just to reveal something. In this case, I wanted to attack. There's only one target. There are no 2 targets, and I can't choose anything else. I can't right click, left click, and go to another target. So, since I only have one target, it should already have attacked that target. When there are multiple targets, it makes sense, but when there's one target, it's horrible. If they change this later on, and if this is just a tutorial thing, it's okay. But since during the tutorial phase we are experiencing the game, they should actually show us the game instead of showing something else. So I am assuming that's not for the tutorial but the game as well. So I have to, let's go back. I wanted to attack, right? I know there's only one target. What I want to do is attack. To who? To my Al. So I have to confirm that I have to attack my Al. Why? If there were 2 people, I would have to choose. But now, what am I choosing? Whether to attack or not. But the thing is, I have already chosen that when I clicked attack. So this is definitely a wrong pattern because you are making the user choose something they have already chosen to do. So you are actually confirming the action. The difference between choosing between multiple targets and choosing one target is this. When choosing multiple targets, after choosing the attack, you choose the target. But if there is one person, you're attacking one target, you're actually confirming the attack, not choosing. We are not choosing right now. So when there's one target, they're actually creating some other mechanic to confirm it. So they unintentionally designed some other mechanic. They did not really understand probably that designed another mechanic just by doing that. So this should never have been here, and I should have attacked. By the way, this animation, in contrast with the other ones, is so good. I wanna see it again. Attack and back. It's beautiful. So this is what I'm talking about. They should have done the other animations just like this one. Let's see it again. So on the back, it slowly and then fast comes to the right, but it comes up so naturally. It's not just a slide animation. There are layers to it, so it doesn't feel like it's just sliding here. And the pace changes as well. So it's more natural this way. This is why this animation works and the others don't. So here is a horrible design pattern. When I attack, I can't attack. I select target. It tells me attacks a single target, recovers 1 AP. Okay, I attack. Now it's enemy's turn. Enemies usually perform 1 action per turn. You can defend during their attack. My Al will now attack. So it means that we can use more than 1 action. I think that's what action point is there for. My Al is gonna attack. The thing that's not so great is that, well, actually it might change. Right now on the left we see parry and dodge. Maybe after we press this card they're gonna move, but if they don't, it's not a good placement. So let's see. My Al attacks. Okay, so they froze the game. That's good. I don't know whether it's gonna freeze during the game as well, during normal game aside from tutorial, because I feel like it should. Since it's a turn-based thing, I should not have to react to it. During an enemy attack, dodge at the right time. Oh, so it's not fully turn-based then. Because if it was turn-based, I would have done the predetermined action. I wouldn't have to time it, right? If I'm timing it, it's not really turn-based. It's kind of turn-based. I don't know the right term for it, if there is any, but it's not fully turn-based. So during an enemy attack, dodge at the right time to avoid damage. Dodging at the last moment will trigger a perfect dodge. So we have no idea when the perfect dodge is gonna happen, but I'm assuming they are gonna show some indicator for us to realize that, okay, this is the right time to dodge, press now, and at the same time, hopefully, they are gonna prime us that we are gonna have to press the dodge at the right time, and that time is closing in. That's how you design things normally. So what I am expecting is, with the vibration, we got that. So I'm expecting that there's a bar or something that, or some hue somewhere on the screen. It's gonna indicate us the time is closing, and we are gonna either have to dodge or parry soon. Then the time is gonna arrive. We are gonna be visibly seeing that. Then we are gonna press it. Hopefully, I am gonna be able to react. But in this case, I should tell you that parrying and dodging on the left bottom, I don't get that. Why is it there? Every other thing was at the middle of the screen. You can place it on the left of the character, but right now, I don't know why it's on the left bottom, because there's no reference point for it. So in design, we take references, right? So Mael, it's on the top, health bar is on the top, and there's some margin for it. On the left top, we see the turn-based combat. But on the parry and dodge, there are no reference points, and nothing is close by, so I don't even know what it's referencing. Whether it's the left bottom, if it is, it's too distant. I don't know why. So at first look, it looks horrible. We'll see. So I guess I missed it. Or maybe the game pressed it because this tutorial, they already told us that it was the right time to press dodge, and we dodged it, I guess. So I completely missed it while trying to explain it, but that's my mistake. The character's AP can be used to cast skills. Okay, so mana, basically. Each character can have up to six skills equipped. Try to use a skill. Okay. So, I guess I was right. At the bottom, we see the blue bar. It says 6. But there's a cap to it, right? It's not gonna go to infinity. So, I think it goes to 9 at this moment. So it should be like the health bar and the overcharge bar. It should say 6 by 9. 6 of 9. Rather. So this wasn't on the right bottom on the AP display. That's not ideal. That's actually bad because there's no reason for it to display any differently than the other bars, because it's actually a bar. Overcharge, we don't see a bar, but it's actually a bar. Bar is a way to display something, but it implies that there's a limit to it. When you set a bar, it ends somewhere, and it can end somewhere, like Miles' health bar. We actually got like 10 to 15% of it, so we can see that. And on the AP, it's actually a bar too. It's not displayed as a bar, it's displayed some other way, but writing 6 there is introducing us a different way to show data, and it definitely was not needed for this case, since overcharge shows the same way as well. So I think since we attacked and dodged, we got 2 AP, we got 2 overcharge, so let's use a skill now. So no time in between, since it's turn-based, we are gonna use the skill. Incredible animation. Wow, I love it. I love it. It was really beautiful. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. It's incredible to see that animation and the animation that I talked about in the same game. I mean, how can you do that and the other one at the same time in the same game? Probably different people worked on them. I don't get why. Why would different people work on that? I don't know, because one person should be overseeing and not It should not pass. It should not have passed the test, that animation. But this animation was really beautiful. Well done. Gustav's overcharge. Gustav starts with 2 skills: Lumiere, Assault, and Overcharge. He can use attacks and skills to charge up his overcharge meter and unleash a devastating blow with his overcharge skill. Use Lumiere Assault to gain charges. So, by the way, an important thing is, after saying overcharge and charges, it uses the icon for overcharge. We can see that on the right bottom, 2 of 10, and then the icon for charge. They use it during the skill details on the center of the screen. So since that's an icon, we are going to be able to know, even if it doesn't say charge, we know that it's for charge, for overcharge skill. So let's see what we should do. We are gonna discard and choose a skill. Basically, let's discard and choose a skill. So unlimited time. So since it's turn-based, if we go back, we are gonna be able to see these animation again. So I'm gonna press skill. By the way, even though we can watch the left side of the character and see a beautiful animation there as well. It's filling up really good. Beautiful, beautiful. So after I press skill, we are gonna see a beautiful animation pop up from the character to the right of the screen. See? This was beautiful. This was the flow that we were just watching on the left side of the character. It just blew past to the skill section, the skill button that we could see on the screen. It just blew past it. So there was something and it moved. We can see this natural transition. So this is why it's a beautiful animation, because we see where it originates from and where it goes, and how it disappears seem natural to us. So it's beautiful. So in this case, we can use 2 attacks. On the top right, we can see how many attack powers they use, but at the same time on the overcharge, for example, we can't do that. Okay, so it says can break. So I'm assuming that's the icon on the top right of the overcharge skill. So since I don't know why we can't use it, but I guess because it can break and we can't have something break right now, that's my assumption. So we have to use Lumiere Assault, or I'm assuming something wrong because this is a tutorial, they just want us to use Lumiere Assault. Low physical damage, 5 hits, critical hits generate 1 additional charge. So we are gonna generate 1 charge per attack, per skill. So we are already getting that. So if we critically hit, then we are gonna generate 1 more. Low physical damage, so we wouldn't usually prefer that, but I guess we don't have enough charges to overcharge. So we are gonna do the Lumiere Assault. Again, we are selecting a target for no reason at all. It's terrible. It displays the skill that we chose. It's good when you're choosing the target because you want to be reminded of the attack that you're applying to a target. But right now, we already have 1 target. We only have 1 target. So it should already apply and attack. So let's select the target. Okay, QTE. This is what QTE is. Okay. Yeah, it was cheating, basically. I mean, in the settings, if you remember, there was an option to automatically do the QTE. So in the right time, it would press and it would apply. I mean, it depends on how much skill you want to apply to the game. If you want to prefer playing a solidly turn-based game, then you would use that automated option. But if not, you want to try your skill at your reaction level, you want to try this. I want to try this, not because I want to, but I want to experience it. Since I'm trying to explain things, I want to experience it. So pressing X at the right time will improve your skill's effect, increase damage, or add bonus effects. Achieve perfect timing to unleash even stronger effects. Let's see. It automatically pressed it for the first time. I guess we had another hit and I missed it, I think. But it was too fast and I was never gonna be able to catch it if I already knew it. But maybe with time we can do that. Again, terrible placement for parry and dodge. I want to remind you of that. Parry. During an enemy attack, you can also parry. Parry shares the same timing as perfect dodge, but it is more difficult than regular dodge. Parrying recovers 1 AP in addition to avoiding damage. Press R1 to parry. Let's press R1 and we parry. Press R1 to parry again. So they're attacking twice as well at the same... It's not okay. I think it's not accurate to say they're attacking twice. The attack hits twice would be more accurate. So we parried again. Another one? Wow, okay. Parrying every hit of an enemy attack triggers a powerful counter. Okay, so we are gonna be parrying for the third time. I guess it's gonna automatically attack when we do so. Okay. Gustav's overcharged. So if you're overcharged, I guess it automatically applied to QTE maybe, because I don't see how we could overcharge this thing. Deal more damage with overcharge. Maybe overcharge only works when it is fully charged? I'm not sure, but maybe that's how it is done. Deal more damage with overcharge. Charge Gustav's arm by dealing damage, dodging and parrying. So, Gustav's overcharge meter is full. Use the overcharge skill now to unleash a devastating blow. So we are gonna use skill again because it's a tutorial. We haven't experienced aim yet. That's the only thing that we haven't oh, items as well, sorry. So our AP shows here again, it says 7. It doesn't want us to count, but at the same time, for overcharge, we don't have to count as well because it says it can be maximum of 10. But for AP, we don't know the maximum if we don't count. So we should know that it is 7 of 9 in this case. Skills. Overcharge. We are going to use overcharge. As you can see, we can't use Lumiere Assault. It's a tutorial limitation. It's okay to limit the user during the tutorial, but the problem could be if during the game, when our resources is not enough to perform Lumiere Assault, for example, and it still shows this way, which means we can't perform it, versus in tutorial we shouldn't perform it. It actually should be different during the tutorial. During the tutorial it should show you that normally you would be able to perform it, but it's a tutorial limitation. So it's a communication difference, because whether you can't or whether we are limiting you right now for another reason should be different. Because it's not because our character can't perform Lumiere Assault. It's because the tutorial wants us to do something else. That's why it shouldn't be the same as when we play the game. I don't know how it's gonna look when we play the game when we can't do something. But if it's the same way, if it looks the same, I'm saying that it would be a problem, an error on the part of the tutorial. So let's overcharge. It says it can break something. I guess it can break. It says it can break the lights. The light, I don't know what that is, but I guess it's saying that for the opponent it can break that. It's not obvious. We don't know the game, so it might be okay. We are selecting target again.
For those who come out,
I missed the timing, so that's my mistake. I wasn't expecting that. So battle ended, beautifully cut. They stopped at the perfect time. Now, okay, they're giving us another frame and then another frame. That's beautiful. This cut is beautiful for the victory screen, because this effect is still going frame by frame. It's not absolutely necessary. What I would expect from this game is that it wouldn't be freezing and going frame by frame, but instead animating, because that's what we came to expect. Blur animation, color animation, and transition is, I mean, I don't think they used anything that goes frame by frame. They animated everything, I think. aside from yeah, victory screen came animated as well. So it does not fit the style. It's okay, it's good, but I think with the style that they captured, they could have done much better just by animating this background right now. So it shows us who we killed, it shows us the battle loot, just 50 currency, 1 XP, no damage, plus 20%. So I think maybe QT is not the bonus then, because I missed it. I wasn't able to click it. So that's weird. So we are level 1. Now that we know that, highest damage, damage dealt, damage received. These things are normal for a turn-based game to give you these stats, so you can know what you did and you can try to achieve better scores for the next fight. So let's try to continue.
You won. Now, don't you
Good.
feel better? I see your smile.
So by the way, let's talk UI a little more. For the text background, I believe this is horrible for the style they captured, because they have done so much better in the fight UI that I don't get why this UI is so terrible. As you can see, there's a color transition from left to right. It's transparent black to full transparency. There's a border, a fully colored border. On the top and right there's little to no border, but on the left and to the bottom there's a full border. Art style cuts unexpectedly. You would hope that the art would complete around the left side and the color would transition into the screen instead of the border of the shape they captured it with. So actually this text background is horrible compared to the game. If this was the style of the game, I would say okay UI, they could have done much better. But since they have done incredible with the fight UI, this looks horrible and it doesn't look that it belongs to this game. So you have to compare things in terms of the world that's around it. So in this world, if that animation and that UI is what we came to expect, this is completely horrible. It should never happen. Even if they rushed it, they should have updated it with the next version. Obviously they didn't, because it's been a while since this game was released, so they could have updated it. They chose not to. I don't know how this UI passed the test. So this is horrible and a huge contrast to the great style they were able to achieve.
All right, now let's go find Sophie.
So as you can see, the badge there on the center screen, it doesn't belong to the text UI. It looks different. So this subtitle UI is completely different. And if there were no borders and they actually tried to do less, it would have looked much better. And they tried to do more and completely butchered it. I don't know why. It's so frustrating when people get things so wrong when they were able to get things so right in general. So this is horrible.
I saw her near the red and white tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually waiting to see the face animation and if they would show me something different, something unexpected, but it seemed natural. It's okay. I mean, it's good. Not the animation or visual itself, but the waiting part, because it's a turn-based game, you expect to wait, and still animations should still look good. And in this case, it looks good. It doesn't look unnatural. For example, in some games, it would stare to something and focus on that and wouldn't move at all. So it would have been terrible. But the gaze changes, the lip changes, the hair, the body, And you can actually see the character. It feels like the character is breathing. Not a full animation on the chest, but still, it feels like it. He kind of breathes, so it feels more alive. So it's important as well for these kind of games. So now we are back in the game. I think they could have done much better with these transitions from dialogue to in-game. I think they could have done much better. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they didn't have the resources to pull that off. Maybe they imagined it, they wanted it, but they did not have the resources. But it would have changed the game so much if they transitioned from the dialogue to the game directly instead of just cutting it so forcefully. So we can go to this section, but I guess we won't.
Oh, the plaza is.
Oh no, we are going. Okay.
Why people
So-
like to celebrate the gommage is still a mystery to me, but oh well.
Okay. I'm gonna try to not to block the conversation so much and talk a lot. But I'm not gonna be exploring a lot either during the tutorial phase. So let's continue.
The red and white tree.
So we
I
can.
always found it beautiful. I don't really understand. You and Sophie broke up so long ago. But clearly you never got over her. Why'd you wait until today to say something? It's a bit late, isn't it?
So it's weird again. She says it's a little late, so it indicates that Sophie is dead, but we know that Sophie is not dead and fully alive because we talked about going seeing her. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe not the live version of her. Okay. Let's see. So, you can see little diamond shapes. It indicates that there's an action there in this game. So, you can see, by the way, this animation, right? So, it's beautiful. They're able to achieve that just for a rope. They have created this animation, right? So, I would expect with these indicators, the diamond shapes, if they had that black blotch of ink that would just slowly move around that, so you would know that there is something going on there actively. Like with the vibration when I got close to the hook, the grapple, you would know that there is something going on actively right there. Instead of there is a potential, you could say there's actively something going on. Let's go interact with it and continue on that movement. So that would have been much better for this game. I have not thought about this. I have seen this kind of indicators in other games. I have not thought about animating these, but in this game, it makes you expect those kind of things because with the art style they created some expectation for the UI as well, because they have created a beautiful looking and beautiful feeling UI with the battle. Aside from parry and dodge, I came to expect this, but it's not there. So let's interact with
Sophie's
her.
down there.
Okay, so we are gonna go down there. And we already know.
Good luck. I'll be here for you if things don't go as planned.
Thanks.
Weird. Okay. So we are gonna go down using the rope, I guess. Let's take in the view. Okay, let's go down. Nice. So, I guess it's not a physical rope, that's why the animation is there. Let's climb up. Yep. Beautiful animation. You probably could see that the animation disappeared on the right arm, which he used to grapple the rope with. So to me, it indicates that the rope is magic and you use it, and that magic is with you for a little time until it disappears when you move from the rope. So it's a beautiful animation and it tells you a story. It tells you that you interact with these things and they come with you. So they move. They are not static. It tells you something about the material of things. Maybe it was intentional, maybe not. But if it was intentional, this is how you would do it. So when we go down, check out his right arm. You're gonna be able to see something there. Oh, right. Okay, so this time it's the left arm. I hope you could see it. So let's go and find Sophie, I guess. Is this Sophie? I guess so. So there are other people too. See? Cutscene came in slowly. I'm gonna stop talking and taking this, then continue speaking afterwards.
Everything.
Can we talk?
Gustav. I love you all.
That's for your, if there's room.
There's always room.
You know,
I
I'm
missed you.
sorry that... I
You
miss
don't
you
need
too.
Okay.
You go.
No, you.
You know how I feel? I wish things had been... You know, I often think... Another path, you know, another future.
Still can't finish your sentences, can you?
Yep, that hasn't changed.
I missed that. I never faulted you for wanting to believe. You're fighting to change things. I understand, just... in a different world, right?
We'll break the cycle, so she can't steal anyone else's future.
Stubborn people change the world, and you are the most stubborn person I know. Thank you. Walk me to the harbor?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop for a second and tell you that this was a beautiful cinematic. At the same time, when we were getting into the cinematic, it was beautiful as well. We were walking around, then the bar slowly came up and down, indicating that a cinematic was coming in, but it did not immediately transition there. It slowly transitioned while the bars were coming down. I was still walking. It did not have me stop walking. I was looking around, I guess, but it did not stop me from continuing the action until it was time and bars were completely in place. Then, slowly, the cinematic started. It was wonderful. And when it ended, still, it was a beautiful transition to the game itself. That's what I expected from the battle screen as well, because I knew from the art style that these people can achieve that. So they did that here. Maybe it's a budgetary issue or a time issue. Like I said, they might have imagined doing things much better, but they might have not had the time for it. So it's understandable, but that's what I expected, because I know it seems like it feels like they could do this, which they did here. I mean, this could have been better as well, but it was still good. And by the way, if you saw the subtitles there, it was looking good. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't exact in the exact style of this game, but it was so much better than the dialogue UI. It doesn't even compare. It still looks like it could belong to this game, the subtitles, but the dialogue UI is horrible. So I don't get how these are in the same game. So let's continue. I was assuming, to be honest, to be transitioned back into walking. That we would see Gustav, our character, here walking, and we wouldn't be looking at Sophie, but Gustav. But if we were looking at Sophie, I would imagine that she would be walking when we transitioned back into the game. So we would be expected to continue on walking when we got back to the game. So it could be a more natural transition. It's still really good, but it could have been much better if the action was actually continuing. Her walking, I mean. So let's walk her. And right now we are in first person mode. I think for the first time, right? We are doing this first person. Press L to change characters during exploration. This doesn't... Sorry, I missed. What? This is horrible. This is horrible. Why? I mean, two people should be walking right now, and in the front it should be Sophie. Why would I be changing this? Okay, so she appeared here, but back then she did not. So what I would expect is to be the camera to go to Sophie, not Sophie to come here. This is horrible. I don't get this. Why are they moving? This is so unnatural. If the game was that these are characters that we control, someone was controlling them, and they would right now be really surprised that they changed places. Since they do not realize that, that means that's not a natural thing, and they know that this is a game. It doesn't even occur to them that they just switch places. Why are they switching places? Why is the camera not switching places? This is horrible. I don't get why they chose to do this. This is a horrible choice. This is a horrible choice. I don't know why they did that. It's okay to change the characters, but why the characters themselves are changing? I should be the changing. I should be the one to changing the character. It's not the change character button. I'm changing the character by pressing the button, right? The character themselves are changing. That's ridiculous. I don't get that. So there's an interaction. Let's interact with it. A normal trash can, really? I mean, every time I see this dialogue UI, I'm gonna flip out, but sorry about that in advance, but that's a beautiful looking tree. I mean, besides the art style, the graphics quality, I can't praise the game a lot because I know that right now we are in a place that the game, the graphics quality should be much better, but the art style itself is really good. What they have visualized is really good. Creating those graphics themselves is really hard, so I can understand why a couple people couldn't do that themselves in that level that they have imagined. So, but the thing is, I can see what they imagined, and it looks wonderful. So many flowers left. For what? We are gonna explore. I guess there are not enough people to wear them anymore. So flowers are for wearing, not for displaying or not for having a home. That gives us information about the world. And I guess wearing flowers was a common thing before. It gives us some information about the game. But there are still a lot of people selling them. So that's weird as well.
Oh, hi, Sophie.
Or maybe just one person. So we overtake Sophie's dialogue as well, since we are controlling both players, it looks like. And Sophie is not bad. I guessed that wrong.
So Gustav really did come, huh?
Okay, so she was expecting us to come.
Yeah, he did.
But what I'm wondering right now, if Gustav is part of this conversation, if Gustav is close enough, because she asked Gustav to walk her to, I don't know where, I forgot. But the thing is, I thought Gustav would be with her right now, and he would be part of this conversation. I don't know why he isn't. Let's see, I can't change the camera, so I don't know whether he is there or not.
I knew he would.
But if Gustav were there, I think she would look at Gustav and said, I know you would be here. So she isn't saying that, so I guess Gustav isn't around right now for some reason. So I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I have already done so. This is horrible. Let's try to get more information about the game. Has everybody already left?
Everybody already left? Yeah. Everybody's heading to the harbor.
Oh, okay, so we are going to the harbor. Okay.
Sophie. Looks like you still have a lot of flowers left.
By the way, during the cinematic, I was gonna praise the voice acting. I forgot, but now it's time. I think voice acting is wonderful as well in the game. They did pretty well. I love the voice acting, so I should say that. Looks like you still have a lot of flowers left.
There are less and less people to buy them.
Sure. I guess less and less money as well.
I just wish you didn't have to wear one.
Okay. I guess they're going to an expedition and we are going to tag along with Sophie. That's one assumption. The other one is Sophie is going to go. Something is going to happen. That's why we are going to go to the expedition ourselves. Or maybe 1 year later, our time will come and we will go. That's another assumption.
Tiffany. I should finish cleaning up here and join everyone at the harbor. See you.
Okay.
See you.
Okay, so he's here. Just standing like that and did not hear a thing. He's a gentleman, so he wasn't listening.
I can't imagine what you're going through.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I've lived 33 good years. Look around. We've had our whole lives to prepare. We're all fine. Mostly.
I'm not fine.
You will be.
So, subtitle UI, let's say, on the right, you have seen that the border of the things were not cut. The symbols from there was still going on, even though they weren't relevant, but the symbolism was able to finish. But on the dialogue borders, it's not so. That's why I was hating on the dialogue UI, but on the subtitle UI, as maybe that's not the subtitle UI, that's the general dialogue UI as well. But that one was good, not perfect, but good for the game. It fits okay. So I don't know why that did not make it into our dialogue UI that we use during a dialogue. So there's one more person. Let's try to talk to them. We can't. So these things are mineable. That's what we learned. Maybe just for trashing, but I don't know. I don't think they would have the resources to mine these for destruction. So they have to be useful. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense, because what would be the point? Oh, maybe they're not expanding. So it might be one reason. Okay. I assumed that these things are expanding. That's my assumption. So maybe they stopped. So and they're in the recovery phase. We do not know yet. But my guess that is they aren't. A lot of people around. Only some has flowers. I thought they would be around our age, but they might not be. Not everyone has to be, I guess. From the distance, the faces look horrible, but that's some kind of optimization, and as you can see from here, they did not work a lot on the faces. It's still okay, but the filtering and everything else, it's passable. So I think it's okay. Harbor could be on the left, on the right. Let's just go around and seek interaction. There's an interaction here, I think. Yep. Are we still distant? So I guess we should climb here. And here. And here. Oh, okay. So we can climb. Oh, wow, wow. What was that? Okay, I guess we are gonna be expected to go inside the other things, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay for this kind of game. This was beautiful, the animation again. So I think that's the currency, right? What happens when we go here? Okay. Can you see the animation on the buttons? See? That's a beautiful animation. But, oh, that's not good. Look, on the left, where the animation ends, there's a border actually. There's a box. So it doesn't look like it ends naturally on the left side. So it cuts. That's a huge problem. You should either don't expand the animation all the way there, or have the border on a bigger distance. In design, we call these margins and paddings. In this case, the button itself did not have enough padding for its animation to go all the way to all its width. Right now, the width of it is not big enough for the animation to work. So this shouldn't have passed the test. This could have been fixable. I mean, it's still fixable, by the way. They can update it and not do this, but I mean, okay, let's continue. We have had enough design feedback for one session, I think. So I'm gonna try to save them for the next ones, but these things that we already talked about, we have talked about them in several places. So I have identified a couple things that were big mistakes, which made things look real bad. Let's interact with this person.
Scintillating Sophie. You're as gorgeous as always.
Cyril, you flatterer. Need some help with your writing again?
Beautiful and perceptive, per usual. See, I'm preparing the headline for tomorrow, and who could write it better than someone who celebrates her special day today?
True. So, what will the article be about?
Actually,
You don't know.
well,
You really are lazy.
help me again, Sophie, please. The boss will kill me.
Sure. Let me think of a headline.
Yeah, I think for this dialogue, this fits really well into this dialogue, so that's why I'm gonna pick this one.
Cyril really needs to take his job seriously.
Oh, come on. I really need your help.
I mean, this is more artistic, that fits the style of this game. This is, I mean, compared to the other one, this seems a little basic, so I'm gonna pick this one.
The pale sun ascends above the crimson blossoms.
A headline about the contrast of beauty and death. With the paintress each year claiming the beauty of this world. Okay, now I'm inspired. You really are a divine being, Sophie.
Don't forget to credit me.
I would never. Thank you for all these times.
It's always been a pleasure, my friend. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have seen the save and progress part, I guess. It disappeared rather quickly, so if they did not tell you about that and you weren't accustomed to something like that happening, you would be curious what was there and why it disappeared. So at the start of our session, we talked about that. Since they told you about it, you don't care anymore. But if they didn't, you saw something on the left side, you missed it, what was it? You would be curious. So it's why giving information at the start is important. Preparing people as to what to expect is really important. We are going to be talking about when we watch the trailer later on, maybe in another session perhaps. So let's see if there... Actually, what I forgot to test was if we change the character, would we see other interactions? Let's change to Gustav and walk back. Maybe another person would interact with us because they wouldn't interact with Sophie, or they would with Gustav. This will tell us a lot about the game. Maybe during the tutorial they will tell us that, but I was just curious, so let's try it. Because that the thing that hasn't happened to us was controlling one character and having another character interact with the people that we picked. So this could happen or not. Let's see. I'm not gonna go all the way to the miner, but let's see what these people... Okay, so here's an interaction. Okay, so it doesn't matter for this one. Okay. Dark. Yeah, I don't think the character we pick is gonna matter, but... So I think this person is gonna interact with Sophie. That's why I'm gonna pick Gustav.
My gestural costume is the best. Hey, madame, do you think the gestural really
Okay, so the
exists?
character doesn't matter. I don't know what gesturals are. I'm not gonna lie to the kids.
I'm afraid they're just fairy tales.
Prove it. You can't, can you?
Idiot. Idiot kids.
One day, I will meet one,
Okay,
even if it means joining an expedition.
sure.
I'll raise a gestural army and we'll crush the paintress.
Sure.
And me and my little brother will live with the gesturals, and they'll be our new family.
Okay.
We're tired of the orphanage.
Oh, sad. That's good. Oh, good tie-in. I like the dialogue.
If the legends are true, they really like to fight.
So they're actually they created this dialogue just to explain us what gesturals are, and we are learning. But at the same time, this is a dark dialogue. It's pretty good.
That's why I'm training every day by beating up my little brother.
Beautifully done. Love this. Love this. Awesome.
Yeah. You would make a great gestural.
Love it.
Thanks.
Okay. So, viewer Gustav just a minute ago. We pick Gustav, then we start the interaction. Since the interaction was for Sophie, when we came back as Sophie. Was this an oversight? Or they were trying to tell us something? I don't know. I'm gonna try to, if I remember it, I'm gonna try to explore this, because if they want us to play Sophie right now instead of Gustav, it makes sense. But if they do not care, and just because we interacted as Sophie, we came back as Sophie, it's probably an oversight. And it wouldn't look good. It's tough to be sure that it would be an oversight. I'm gonna try to gather as much data as I can as we go along, but right now that's what I'm wondering. Because initially I thought that every interaction was different for a character. That would have made a more complicated game. Not needed, not necessary, but that's what I was wondering. So another interaction. Okay. So I guess you'd... Okay, so I thought at some age you have to go to an expedition. I guess that's not the case. You can choose to go on an expedition anytime, maybe? Then why was Mael talking about the age difference? That's... Don't get it. Don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something.
Something wrong?
The expeditions. What a joke. All they do is leave us here to die. They're just escaping.
You know their goal is to save us all, right?
Yes, that's what my father told me last year. Before he left for Expedition 34. And here we are again this year. We could have spent one more year together instead of wasting it away.
Your father fought to offer you a better future.
I have no future. I know it and I've accepted it. We're doomed.
You never know. This expedition might be different. There are some special people in this one.
Yeah, right.
Gustav, why don't you show her some of your fighting skills to prove her wrong?
So we're just showing off here. Beating up a balloon just to impress some girl we met. This is ridiculous. So, what I'm wondering, what happens if I just skip the turn? Is she gonna be bored and is it gonna stop? But first I wanna use aim. I don't know how it works, so I'm wondering what aim does. Oh, okay. Maybe it allows us to do more damage by focusing on a critical part of the body. I don't know. It might be for that. Beautiful animation again. I'm gonna skip the turn. I'm just wondering what happened. Sorry, let's see the items. Beautiful animation again. Okay, so let's skip turn now. I'm gonna skip the turn again and dodge. I dodged it, I think. Let's try again. Now dodging doesn't work. They don't attack. The balloon doesn't attack, I think. I'm gonna keep skipping the turn. I'm just wondering whether I'm gonna be stopped at any time. So as you can see, we have 9 attack points. It's full. We can see that it is full, and when full, it has 9. So if it wasn't full though, if it was 1, we wouldn't know that it could be 9. Because we would have to count each part of the bar, right? That's why a health bar or overcharge, it's not a bar, but conceptually bar exists. I mean, it should say 9 of 9. We have 9 attack points, and it could be 9 at the most. So it's not saying that. I'm gonna skip a couple more turns trying to see. Oh, when did it say that? It says, come on, don't lose face in front of Sophie. So we are gonna have to look cool, I guess. Let's attack. We had to select attack, just to remind you. So attacking is not gonna do it, I guess. Oh, okay. I'm forgetting to read the feedback. There is on the center screen. Let's do... Okay, so as you can see, we can do overcharge, we can do Lumiere Assault, so which means we could have done overcharge or Lumiere Assault. I'm gonna try to see if I go low enough on the AP. Maybe it's not gonna, we won't have enough time, but if I go lower, whether we would see the same limitation visually or not. Let's try overcharge. Destroy the punching ball in 1 hit. What? Oh, so it wants us to generate enough overcharge so we can do it in 1 hit. So let's do Lumiere Assault a couple times. Oh, I missed again. I guess I'm gonna learn by hitting a balloon. I missed the second one. Okay, it told us that used overcharge and maximum. So right now, we can't do Lumiere Assault. Okay, so it's not the same. As you can see, right now, the AP doesn't show as blue. It shows as red. So what I will say is this. They did the tutorial limitation in the correct fashion. It was not clickable, it was disabled, but at the same time it was blue. It did not tell us that it was because of our AP. Right now it tells us that due to our low AP, we can't do Lumiere Assault. Due to our low AP, we can't do overcharge. So what I mean is they have done it correctly during the tutorial. So let's go with a regular attack and generate overcharge. Do we have enough? One more. Okay, so I guess we are gonna be able to destroy it now with the overcharge.
For those who come after.
Oh, I missed it. Still, it worked, but I missed it. It's gonna take me some time to do those Q2Es. Maybe I change the setting in the future, but right now I'm in the trying phase. Again, beautiful screen.
This guy is strong.
Yeah.
They all train their picture skills very hard to save us all. And so did your father.
So this doesn't give us hope then, because she now says that your father trained really hard as well, very hard as well. She maybe implies that her father was as good as Gustave, but she was saying that it wasn't gonna happen. And now Sophie is saying it's gonna happen because we are not stronger each year, each try, we are as strong, so not much changes. So this isn't smart from Sophie. This isn't a smart statement. It's not a knock on the game, but Sophie, in this case, has not created a smart argument, let's say.
Then, Madame, why didn't you join?
Me? I'm content with my life. I know what I can and cannot change.
Weird. I thought she was going on an expedition. I got that totally wrong.
Or maybe because I was afraid.
Do you think I should join the expedition?
If you have to ask, you shouldn't.
My friend Ciel always says, do your best. Either it works or it doesn't. Live your life as you want.
Okay.
I don't want to have regrets. I don't have that much time.
When the time comes, you'll make the right decision. I'm sure.
I still don't get the world. It's okay, I guess. They're building up the expectation. They're giving us little by little. I'm still curious, so they hooked us in, and they are milking it. So I'm okay with that.
Thank you. Now I think I know. Give this to your boyfriend. My father gave it to me, but
Okay.
it might be more useful for him.
She did not say that Gustav wasn't his boyfriend, though. So they did this intentionally. Create will they won't they kind of tension in our minds. So it always works. So that's why they did that. Let's see. Honestly, I know that if we venture further along, it's gonna take some time, but unfortunately, it's gonna be that this is gonna be all for me for today. So let me save things. Can I please? I guess I can't. This is weird. I can't save it. There are no checkpoints. I guess we would just move along. Let's
Why does
finish this
Manon
dialogue
keep
as well.
saying, death comes to us all.
You haven't heard that before?
So now we switch to Gustav, and after this we are gonna be moving to Gustav character, and we are gonna be controlling him. It looks like. Sorry.
No.
Unofficial expedition motto. You never heard Lucien say it either. It's one of his favorites.
I think he prefers, we're already dead, you're just catching up.
Yeah, I heard that one recently.
I don't know. Kinda nice in a way. Having a deadline forces you to prioritize. It's a bit freeing as we get closer to the end.
So I was gonna talk about it a little later, but it looks like the last expedition was 34. This is 33. We are counting down, so it's to an end. So I'm gonna tell you that much because that's how much I gathered. A little more I got, but
You can really
not wanna
find
speculate.
the silver lining in everything, can't you?
No, it's just things don't always work out the way we want. No use getting upset, you know? Use what we can, leave what we can't.
So I'm gonna end the stream today, and before that I wanna thank our sponsor, water, once more. Drink it, have fun, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and hopefully tune back tomorrow, next week at the same time, Tuesday, and we might have a couple more live streams not related to gaming, and videos not related to gaming, hopefully in the future. But next week I'll see you.